Hi, guys, and welcome back to Neil Plat with Neil and Tomas.
Hello.
Today, we are going to look at the Big Five and Switzerland, the host, and decide if we think if they didn't have automatic qualification, would they qualify for the final? That was a fun way to rank them. It's a bit different.
Yeah. I mean, it's not really ranking them, though, is it?
No, just if we think they would. Before we get into this, do remember you can subscribe to the channel, like this video, and press the notification bell. And subscribe. Let us know what you think. Comments below. We would also love it if you go to neilplatt.com. We have turned off our donation service. We instead would like to raise some money for a trans person. So you can go to our website. There will be a pop-up and you can read more about Fia. She is lovely and needs to raise a lot of money for some life-changing, gender-affirming surgeries. So let's help her out if we can. So just neilplatt.com. Nice and simple. All the other links are down below as well. So all the info you need is there. But let's get into this. Well, we look at the first semi-final.
Yes.
So the automatic qualifiers in the first semi-final are Switzerland, Italy, and Spain. Now, I think these are a strong set of songs, but let's go through them first of all. Just a reminder, in the first semi-final, we have Sweden, Ukraine, Slovenia, Iceland, Estonia, Poland, Portugal, Netherlands, Azerbaijan, Albania, San Marino, Belgium, Cyprus, Croatia, and Norway. So let's start with the host. It is Switzerland, Zoe May, and Voyage. This has got to be this would have to qualify, surely. This is like the most beautiful ballad ever, in my opinion.
I'm trying. I love the song. Love the song. That's for sure. The thing is, I think the approach that I want to take for this is see which 10 countries I think would qualify from semi-final one, and then see if I can get Switzerland, if I can see Switzerland kicking one of those out, because the amount of qualifiers would stay the same. You just have more countries competing. I'm not going to reveal my full 10 qualifiers because we're going to be doing a reaction video. Well, not a reaction video. We're going to be doing a prediction video a little bit later on. The thing with Switzerland is I'm not really seeing that much hype for it. I'm not really seeing a lot of people talk about it. And there is this sort of curse that seems to befall on the host country, where a lot of the times the host country doesn't seem to do well, even though sometimes they do send really good songs. Like, I know that a lot of people are saying about, host country, well, obviously they don't want to win again twice in a row because, the cost of organizing the contest is enormous. And that's why they send songs that are not so good. And I tend to disagree with that. I feel like a lot of the times they do send good songs. This is a really good song. But can I see an only televote semi? Like, can I see people voting for this enough for it to qualify? I don't know. I'm not sure.
Oh, I feel like the vocal alone would just blow people away and be like, oh, yeah. But I understand your point. But when we look at who qualified last year, we need to remember, we had Serbia, we had Portugal, some slower songs, some more ballady songs. They did qualify. I feel like this one's so good. We've had Portugal qualify with Saudade in the past, which again is very slow. I just think this is a big, for being a small, subdued, subtle song, this is a big song in terms of vocal. I just love it. I would have this qualifying anyway.
I would, in my personal ranking of the semi, with those three included, I would also have it as a qualifier because it's one of my favorite songs of the year. I'm just trying to think realistically here. And when you talk about the vocals, you've got Poland in there, with really impressive vocals. You've even got Ukraine in there with great vocals. You've got Belgium in there with great vocals.
You had to get Belgium in, didn't you?
I mean,
you had to work them in.
Look, this is not me being biased. Anyone saying that Red Sebastian does not have one of the strongest vocals this year is kidding themselves. So there are already a few songs or a few singers in this lineup that have stellar vocals. I mean, Spain is another one that we're going to be talking about in a minute. If she would be competing, that would be another one competing for the vocal points. And I don't think all of them can go through. Even Sweden have great vocals. I mean, we reacted to one of Kai's covers to the song Nissen Dorma, which was, although comedic, massively impressive vocally. So I don't know that would be enough. Oh, I have to decide, don't I? Yes or no?
Yeah, you're blabbing a bit, babes.
Yeah, sorry. I'm already finding this a lot trickier than I thought I would. I'm gonna go with yes, but it's with a big question mark.
Okay. I mean, that big question mark doesn't matter because this is purely hypothetical and none of this is ever going to happen. So don't stress too much. Next, I'm a yes as well for this. It's one of my favorites, and that would be if this hypothetical came true, I would be devastated if it didn't go through. Italy, Lucio, beautiful song again. I'm not sure how, if he sticks with his shtick, well, it's maybe not a shtick, but the way he performs and the way he dresses, I'm not sure that in 2025 that would appeal to televoters. It feels a little outdated to me. The song is great and lovely, but that side of it, I'm not sure if it would appeal.
Yeah, this is another difficult one, and I'll tell you why. It's Italy, and I feel like, I think I said this in another video. I don't know if it was about Italy or another country. I feel like Italy could send someone that craps on stage, and it would still get a top 10 result, because I feel like there's just a sort of love for Italy. I don't know if it's just because these people are just crazy good looking that people just sort of like love Italy so much. I think this would qualify. I think it would, and I feel like we are in a slight minority that don't necessarily love this song. A lot of people seem to really love the song and really love the message and the meaning behind it. I don't know if that would help, but I think this would qualify. This would probably kick one of the others out.
Yeah,
I don't know which one, but
I think I'm going to adopt your question mark for Italy. I do love, and I just want to clarify, we do love the message of this song. Like,
yeah, we do.
It's just not necessarily our favorite song out of the 37 that are taking part, but it is a great song, and Lucio's voice, beautiful. Okay, well we finish it up with the big one. It's a melody from Spain with it's a diva. Come on, this would be a televote magnet in a semi-vote final.
I don't know.
Oh, why do you disagree?
I disagree. I don't think Spain necessarily has that much televote appeal in general. I mean, I think Chanel was a big exception.
But that was also a surprise, wasn't it?
Well,
like,
here's the thing.
From Benidorm Fest, really, anyway.
Yeah. Well, I was already pretty impressed with the Benidorm Fest performance, and they pretty much amplified it at Eurovision. It was a staging thing, definitely. I don't think the song in itself would have been good enough to qualify, but the staging definitely elevated it. I feel like I remember watching Melody's performance when we reacted to it and thinking, "Oh my god, the entertainment level in this performance is sick. It's insane, vocally insane, but it's also very camp and chaotic and a little bit all over the place. So in that sense, I don't know if the general public would be appealed by that, or if they would be put off by it.
See, that's funny because that is the exact reason that I'm calling this a televote magnet. Just because it is absolutely so huge in terms of performance. Now, will it be as huge in Basel? We don't know, of course. We do know that apart, or we have had it suggested that someone will be flying. Could that be Melody? But I think in terms of
Gaia, Jacina flew in from the ceiling, didn't she?
I mean, she's been said that she's not allowed to, so I have no idea what's going on with this whole flying business. But
I hope they're not flying in Netta again. They did that once.
You know what? I was at the rehearsal, the jury rehearsal for that, and they nearly had to pause the entire show because they couldn't fix the thing to strap Netta in. So it was a show within a show, basically, watching that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think this is so fun. Is it the best song technically in the world? No. And Spanish fans, you can come for me all you want. I love this. I think it's fun. I will strut my stuff to it when it's in my ears when I'm walking down the street to the train station, whatever. Love it. It's just not technically the best, but I think it's so fun and infectious, and her voice carries. And you know, if she does that traditional flamenco hair twirl, that'll people love that sort of thing. So I do think that this would do fairly well. I'm sorry, I just hit my mic.
Oh, I didn't even notice it. Yeah, no, I agree with the fact I do really like this entry, and I would love to see it go through. If it had to compete, I would love to see it go through.
I would like to see it go through. It's already through.
That's what I said exactly. No, I would love that, but realistically, it just gets trickier because it's 3 more countries, and I feel like this was already, in my opinion, if I had to pick 10 qualifiers out of the actual competing countries, it's already quite tricky. Then to fit 3 more in, 3 more songs that I personally quite enjoy. I mean,
technically, would you not have? Technically, would you not have 13 qualifiers from each semi-final anyway? Because you'd still need 26.
Yeah, but well, I mean, they've done smaller finals than that before. They've done 24 the 24 country final.
Yeah.
Maybe 12. I don't know. Look, don't confuse me, Neil. We said the amount of qualifiers would stay the same.
I never said that. You said that.
Look, let's just pretend. Let me just adjust my camera here a little bit. Let's just pretend that if these had to compete, that 6 other countries would be automatically qualified. Okay. Which then also doesn't make sense because that would take them out of the. Oh God, this is. We should never have started this video. Okay, Spain. I think out of the 3 in this semi, there is one where I feel like that would be a dead certain qualifier for me, not on a personal level, but realistically, and it's Italy. Switzerland and Spain, I feel like both of them would be on the fence. Switzerland, because we really haven't really seen. Has Switzerland done any pre-parties? I don't remember.
I don't believe so. No.
No, I think she did. Didn't I see footage of her with the other candidates?
I saw footage of her with Gojo.
Oh, or was it when they were in Switzerland to film the postcards? That might be it. So if she didn't, and I'm right about that, then we haven't really seen a live performance yet. So we don't know what to expect. I'm expecting the vocal to be good. I don't know if it's going to be great, but I'm expecting it to. But we don't know any staging. So that's the biggest question mark. I feel like Spain would deserve to qualify. I just think it might be a bit too over the top for the casual viewer. Yeah.
So you know what? I'm going to go with a mostly clean sweep. God, I can't speak today. I'm going to say all 3 of these would. I'm going to say all 3 of these would qualify. I think there are a few that would be pushed out for.
Who would they push out though? Who would they push out?
Iceland,
Not just
Cyprus.
looking at your own predictions, but if you look at what bookmakers are saying and who will qualify, who would they push out?
Iceland, San Marino, Estonia. I think,
Oh
there
no,
would be
Estonia's definitely qualifying names. I think you're being a little bit delusional there. Like I'm not
me.
loving that song, but
Me delusional?
but Estonia is
Never.
definitely qualifying. And then Iceland to me, although I really do like that entry, Iceland to me is already pretty much a country more likely not to qualify anyway. So I don't really know if that would be pushing Iceland out. I think the ones in danger for any of these three would maybe be Azerbaijan, because I think Azerbaijan has a really good song, but a lot of people are not talking about it for whatever reason. They have Cyprus. Cyprus know how to stage. Cyprus are going to make a show, and they're finished. They're closing the show, so I'm not really living in a world where Cyprus doesn't qualify.
Technically, they're not closing the show. Switzerland's closing the show.
No, Cyprus is closing the show, though, according to this list.
Didn't they pull it? Or did they pull it right before the finale? I can't remember.
I think they did. I think they put Cyprus last.
Okay. Anyway, let's move on. There's a whole other semi-final to look at.
Yeah.
So, second semi-final has Austria, Lithuania, Armenia, Montenegro, Greece, Ireland, Australia, Latvia, Czechia, Israel, Malta, Finland, Denmark, Luxembourg, Georgia, and Serbia. Voting in semi-final 2, and therefore who we're judging whether or not they could qualify, format televote. Germany, France, United Kingdom. Let's start with United Kingdom. Let's go the other way around. No chance, in my opinion. No. I'm sorry, girls. Your voices are great. The song just is not it at all.
No.
It's the wrong song.
And here's the thing: when you if you look at the semi, when you talk about qualifying, if you want to qualify, that means people need to vote for you. If people want to vote for you, that means that you're either their favorite song in the semi or one of their top 3, maybe, depending on how much you spread your votes or how many times you vote. I just have not really seen anyone say, I'm going to vote for the UK this year. Do you know what I mean?
Apart from people from the UK who have picked it up a
lot. They can vote for it anyway.
It's not often that I'm going to quote the Daily Mail, but nobody votes for us.
They hate us.
They hate us. Brexit now. No. Too late for that. We've already done that. But yeah, I every time I see something with these girls in it, I love their energy. I love their vocals. I just can't stand the song. There's one song I can't stand more than it, and that's Ireland. But I cannot stand. I cannot stand the song. It's getting.
I love that it's Ireland and the UK, and you're from the UK. That just is hilarious.
And I used to live in Ireland. My dad's getting an Irish passport. Like, oh dear.
Yeah, the UK. It's like you said, fantastic vocals, but the song.
It's almost chaotic in a bad way, I think, is how I would describe it. Like, it just.
And this is one of the songs, and I've said this before. For the first time ever, I have not one but 2 songs that are actually growing off me. Every time I hear it, I dislike them more. And the UK is just one of those songs.
Latvia's the other, right?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is just. But I still think Latvia would qualify. So there's the difference. It's not like I can't see the potential in songs, but the UK, no.
Okay, the next one I have a question mark on very slightly, but only because it is a televote only, and that's France. Maman. I think this is a beautiful song. I don't think it's as good a ballad as Switzerland is sending, so, and I don't fully understand how it is so high where it is in the odds. But I can look past that and say that this would probably qualify in a semi. I think if they really were to like sort of elevate the backing track a little bit more and bring those drums back along, I think this could do quite well.
Yeah. I don't know about the backing track. And to be honest with you, I have only seen the performance of the French song, when they presented the song. And then obviously you've got the noise of that huge arena, that crowd that around that. You've got the noise of the fireworks and whatever, like a marching band on the floor. I don't know what it was. It was just it was all a bit much. And that's the idea that I have of the song right now. I'll be honest with you, I haven't given it many more listens than that. I watched that performance a second time. That's about it. I have not heard the studio cut, so I don't know how good or bad the instrumentation is. I think this would qualify. I think it would. Not because I think the song is that great, because like you said, not really getting the hype for it. But there is hype. People seem to really connect with the song. So judging from that, I think it would. But it would probably kick out a song that I would rather see in the final. So I'm happy that they're already there.
That's fair enough. And here's another wild card. I love Baller by Germany. Love this. I'm not sure if a televote only semi-final where it is up against, it's up against Ikome, it's up against so many big songs, Austria, Czechia, Greece is in there. There's so much in here. Malta,
yeah.
Would this attract votes in the same way as some of those songs? That's my question mark on this. Love the song. I would personally have it qualifying. But would it? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think I'm a bit in the same boat. Love the song. This is one of the songs that I listen to regularly. But there's such a huge question mark around the live performance because we've not had one. We've not had a single
everything's been playback
live performance. Everything has been playback so far. They have pulled out of the pre-parties due to illness, which is, of course, understandable. But it's such a big question mark. And Germany, in my opinion, are very hit or miss with staging. They've done really cool staging in the past. They've also done some questionable staging in the past. And I feel like this one has the potential to be a complete train wreck on stage. We do have we've got a bit of a DJ setup coming, I think, with this song.
Okay.
That's the vibe that I'm getting. That's the vibe that I got from the performance in the national final. And those tend not to do very well. I think I've already compared this to the Austrian entry, Halo, a couple of years back, which was, again, a fantastic song. But then that performance and that staging was just ridiculous. And it was a complete train wreck. The vocal was a train wreck. And I'm not giving it enough credit because I do love the song, but I'm just sort of expecting it to be really bad live. And I'll be disappointed if it's not good live. I'm hoping they do it thoughtfully. I also have no clue how you would stage this. Because, how sometimes you get all these ideas pop up in your head, like you could do this and that, and this would be cool, and that would be cool. With Germany, I have no clue. How do you stage this?
I think they might be sticking with smashing up Lucello. And the reason I say that is the official karaoke versions are out, and there is a big crash sort of sound in there at that point. So I think there are things that might be similar to the national final performance based on that. But I don't even know if it necessarily needs to add too much. I wouldn't want to overdo it. It would look too insane in my opinion. I think a little more, yes, but not not enough, not like outrageous.
Yeah.
Don't Poland 2022. don't po- don't Poland
Whatever do you
2023
mean?
yet. Don't yeah. Don't don't do what Poland has done in the past.
I mean, if you want to do a Poland from the past, do it in the semi because you've qualified already anyway. you're already there. Yeah, but the thing is, with the national final performance, it looks very much like that would have been a really cool performance if it was a gig, if it was like the kind of gig that we went to, like a small gig, a couple of hundred people in the crowd, and then just them doing their thing. That is cool. I thought it looked fun on stage. I don't think it will look as fun in a big arena. And I'm saying this, I always go back to Joker Out when I say this. That performance, although fantastic performance, fantastic vocals, it looked like a gig. I liked it, but people obviously didn't like it because it didn't do as well as people thought. So that's sort of the vision that I have for Germany right now. I hope I'm wrong. They do deserve a good result. Now that they've finally come up with a song that's actually modern and the song in itself feels competitive, I feel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I completely get you. Okay. Should we just rip the Band-Aid off and do a little ranking of the 6?
Like a personal ranking then?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your number 6? What's your least favorite one?
Do you need to ask? Skip. UK.
Yeah. I'm actually...
What's happening? What's he thinking?
I think I'm actually going to put Italy 6.
Oh, really?
Just because...
Interesting.
I am probably never going to listen to that song. I feel like when the UK comes on, I'll sing along to it, and I'll, even though I don't necessarily like the song, I will sing along to it. There's a certain sing along ability to it. I don't know if that's an actual word, but I've made it a word.
Let's get some merch with it on for you.
Yeah, to quote Miranda, it's what I call sing along ability. So I'm I'm sorry for the Italian fans. It's just, this is not your year.
Okay, where does the UK end up? Do they end up in 5th, or is that someone else?
Well, you give me your 5th first.
Okay, my 5th would be Italy.
Okay, well, my 5th would be the UK.
So
we switch those two around.
I think my 4th would be out of these, I'm going to have to go France. I love it.
Yeah, I agree. France. That's 4th.
3rd, I'm going to go Germany.
3rd, I'm going to go Spain.
2nd, I'm going to go Spain.
2nd, I am good. Wait, who's left? Switzerland and Germany. I'm going to go with Germany 2nd.
And my favorite of these 6 is Switzerland. I think it's the best automatic qualifier this year. It is so fun. Well, not fun, but it's so good, is what I meant to say. My brain is broken today. It's so good. I actually do think the music video has kind of got a fun element into it. I'm interested to see how that comes into a live show. But there you go. Someone asked us, I think it was Loren. Hi, Loren, only Shade Drops, asked us if we were going to do our ranking. So this is what we came up with. Hope you enjoyed it. Do remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and ring the notification bell, and go to neilpad.com or look down below in the description for all of our links, including how you can help our friend Fia with her gender affirming surgery. And we will see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.